Alright, g'day everyone. So today we're going to do a sight reading the cut. Show you how it's done if I can get my camera on my phone to sit in the right position. For these little wafer locks that are on our the door just here out the back. So in order to do a sight reading the cut, I need to determine the depths that the wafers are sitting at, and see if we can actually create a working key by guessing where they're sitting to determine where the cuts are, and then making those cuts on a key. And I've already tested the WA4R key blank is the one that fits like that. And I'm just going to grab me other kit and I'll be right back. Okay, for some reason this has to be in the most awkward position, right down on the ground. I'm just going to move this back a bit. Hopefully it's still in frame. I can't see. Yeah, just at the top there. Try and move. There we go. So the first thing we've got to do is determine the spacing. Now we could either do it the impressioning way, where we can take some sandpaper, sand down the top of our key, stick them in, and jiggle him side to side and make the marks on our key where our spaces are. Or you can be like me and cheat and do this, a rough spacings chart like this, where I can take my key, stick my key up against the card here, align the shoulder with the outside of the card, take my Sharpie, and mark my spaces on there, so I know pretty much where my spacing is. Makes it a lot more easier. So now I have to either pick the lock. I can do the method where you pick the lock and see where the wafers are sitting, or let me grab my torch. I'll hopefully be able to see. So it looks like a low cut, or the front, high cut behind that one. It's sitting up, so the wafer behind, the second wafer is sitting up higher than the first one. But easiest way, I'll show you. So we're going to pick the lock. So I'm just going to grab a wafer jiggler here. This is sticking down now. I'll zoom in and show you. Put my bar roller set back in my pocket. So let's go in and have a closer look. So as you can see now, hopefully on camera, you can see where the wafers are. The one in the front sitting lower, the one behind. Just kind of tells me I've got a low cut, high cut of the front, low cut behind that, and then I've got to try and read the ones behind that. So sometimes you have to impression the last little bit. If you can't see the wafers, and if you're not in the most awkward positioning, come on phone, sit. And of course now my phone doesn't want to stay. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to guess. Now you can always take more off, you can't put it on. So I'm just going to see. Okay, so the wafer behind that one seems to be even lower right at the back. The one in the middle is a little bit lower again. So I'm guessing that the key actually goes down. So I'm just going to take some cuts. Off my key. So I'm just going to guess. Oh, why does it have to be in an awkward position? I guess first cut, because I already got my spacing. Probably about there. Second cut's a little bit deeper. Third one is a little bit, we go about the same, just to double check. Just going to double check these. Yep. Just go a little bit deeper in the back there. See if we can get any sometimes end up blowing a blank. I want to see if I can get any markings to tell us if I'm a little bit trying to look, see if there's any markings on my key. You don't want to lubricate your lock when you're doing this, because you okay, so that's turning, but it's not. So I've got another lock which isn't seized on the other side, hopefully, fingers crossed, so we can go and double check. So let's move over to the other one. Right. It turns to about there. Okay, there's one turn, so locking back down. She turns, still catching by a bit high. A little bit high in that front one. That's what I mean, this isn't. I don't want to take little bits off at a time, I don't want to take a heap. If you take a heap off, you can't put it back on. We have a working key, this one, the other one doesn't want to work. Let me just turn it a little bit. I'll need some lube. Let's see what's not working in the other one. There we go, that's working. It only turns a little bit though. But, there we go. Sight read and cut. A little bit of an impression, just to get that first one was a little bit off, but I mean, look at that. She only turns a little bit. For some reason, these locks must need a lube. But there we go. Not too bad. I don't deal with a heap of these locks, but sight reading the cut. So,